informatique, à quel point on est content de te revoir.
Okay, it's the Power Linguist, and I've got some questions that I thought I would respond to. And I've had these again for quite a long time. People have asked me this, but since I've done the Eastern Bloc German volume method and put that out for people, they've asked me some other questions about other techniques that are pretty well known as far as the self-learning language crowd. And those are specifically about Michel Thomas and Paul Pimsleur. Michel Thomas was not his real name, and Paul Pimsleur died before he could instigate really what he had in mind. He really wasn't doing it as a self-learning thing. It was a classroom design program that never got to be really implemented as much as possible. He was a famous teacher, basically, and had a lot of credentials. By the way, academic Pimsleur, and he's the one who came up with the graduated interval recall, which is now being used as the space repetition recall thing, or however you want to phrase that as an acronym. Anyway, the questions that I've gotten about the Michel Thomas and the Paul Pimsleur stuff is, what do I think about it, and what about it? Well, okay, just in brief, I think I've talked somewhat about them, but not in a lot of detail. And Michel Thomas is a very, very strong left brain approach. And I gotta say that what people think that they're getting, they think that they understand his. Once again, it's people thinking they understand things and they don't really know anything. Like, they think that what's released now, or has been released since the early 2000 or something like that, or 1999 or something, when they first started putting it out, and then they changed the names and put in some other vocabulary builder or advanced or whatever. That does not represent what this does not represent what he was getting paid thousands of dollars to do. He was very protective of the proprietary of his actual methods, and he had presented his stuff to school districts and to the government, and they thought it was good, but they thought it was only him, that it couldn't be replicated, and he said yes, it could. But his actual training that he did was much longer than what any of the people are. The stuff's on the DVD or the CDs, and it's a very watered down part of what he did. So people thinking that they understand what Michel Thomas did, they don't have a clue unless they were one of his clients that actually went through it. Talk to Woody Allen, for example, about his French learning, and you get a different story from what people are trying to comment about here on YouTube. Anyway, that being said, it is a very strong left brain technology. Pimsleur is very good on very many things that people don't want to understand, like the overlearning. People want to avoid the overlearning. You cannot speak a language unless you've overlearned so many things, especially the pleasantries or the things that you do every day, the inane things that, what's up, what's going on, how you doing, blah, 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 there's millions of phrases like that in each language, and you've got to learn them, and they got to be beyond reflexive, and you got to understand that they don't really carry that much semantic weight. They're just things that you do. They're like, in linguistics, you sort of like, it's a recognition of another human being, and that's about it. This doesn't have whatever you think it says. It doesn't really say anything more than that. Like, you're alive, I'm alive, that's it. And anyway, so about those two, I know the Pimsleur stuff is still very expensive, and you need all three levels in the languages to really go. And there are some things to be said. I've said it before, pre-internet days, to many people about Pimsleur stuff. And I'm for it. You know, I think it's there's some stuff that's done with both of them that I think are errors, and so what I have done, what I did back a few years, and what I will do is that I think if I get enough interest, it's like these how to how to supercharge both of those, like how to supercharge Michel Thomas results, how to supercharge the Pimsleur program to get more results, and that's things that I know from my background because I have certification in education, degrees in education, also once again in linguistics and I've been an accelerated learning teacher. I've done seminars, private training, been a guest lecturer on how many continents? Four continents, yeah. So it's not from no experience and no results that I'm talking. I'm talking from actual background in experience and in credentials. Anyway, so I'm thinking about that I might make that available to people here. I'm kind of busy now for a month or two, but that could be a project that I work on. And then once again, that's if people want to improve the results, because that's what it'll do. Is neither one of them are bad, you know. It's just, but there are ways to make it better, more powerful. So this is like how to increase that. Like once again, this is the power linguist still telling you how to be more powerful with these learning technologies and how to integrate other things that will boost the Pimsleur method. It will boost Michel Thomas for you. Anyway, so I wanted to let that out right now. And there'll be more updates for those people who are in the volume, learning the volume method right now, and more things coming. I'm going to be talking about right brain learning method that many of you don't know about, especially in this YouTube zone. They don't seem to know about it. Anyway, that's it for right now. I've got to keep reiterating this now with the Google Plus, especially no real name, no real photo, trolling. I'll ban you on both Google and on YouTube, and you just can't post. And don't send me things. Don't troll me. If you got problems, go to a counselor. All right. Don't try to do your sycophantic fanboy trolling to me. So anyway, that's it. So stay tuned, okay? See ya.